Hello everyone.
Hello.
I'm Toni.
And I'm Toni.
And we are the Lazy Book Lovers.
Woo!
I know, we're like, almost like we've done 61 episodes already.
It doesn't even make me feel cringe anymore.
I
Well,
know.
not cringe, but like, I still don't want to look at you.
You know, you aggressively avoid eye contact. It's so funny. Sometimes I try and catch you just for fun.
That's why I'm like, nope. Right.
So we have our baby podcaster here with us, currently sleeping, and this will continue recording as long as she stays asleep.
Yeah, basically. 4 more baby features. Check out last week's episode.
She was very vocal.
I'm sure
week.
Not all of that can be edited out, even if
with our
Mr.
very good editor.
tried.
Yeah. But now she's asleep. So it's still the same recording day as last week's recording.
Mm-hmm.
And we took her first nap. We talked about our feelings, and we spent about 2 hours doing therapy between us. So
and did not take advantage of the long first nap.
So that's our bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. We're still figuring the system out, but
Yeah.
at least we know now.
And by next week, she may have changed her nap. So that's what happens with babies. You have to evolve.
At
I'm
least
just opening a sweet. Sorry. Sorry if you can hear it.
Wait, you can see the audio spikes. I think you might not be able to eat the Starburst while we're recording.
Last one. I wanted to end on a blackcurrant
Oh yeah.
cleanser, not on an orange.
Palette cleanser. It's got to hit right. I think, to be fair, I was eating Maltesers through last recording. I don't know if you could tell.
Do you remember that one where I like put a sweet or something in my mouth after I asked you a question and it just made you laugh?
Oh, there was a time you
What
went
was
to put a
it?
grape in. No, there was another time where you put a grape in your mouth, but you did it so sneakily, but also while you were talking and had asked me a question. So then I was like, why are you trying to sneak a grape in when I'm looking directly at you and you've asked me a question? In conclusion, we are professionals. We're starting the year off on the right note. Hashtag professionals.
If we ever went to a recording studio, can you have snacks in them? Because if not, I don't want to go there anyway.
Oh, well.
Even if we could afford it.
We'll turn them down.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. We have standards and they involve things that rustle, which make great audio.
If you're a local recording studio that wants to do us a deal, let us know.
Yeah, a bit of pre-promo. We will do anything to whore ourselves out. That is our plans for 2023.
Yeah, today we're doing our 2023 plans. The top one is to whore ourselves out. Bet you regret taking a sip then. I think my womb would be like, no more whoring yourself out, thank you very much. You've whored enough.
It's enough whoring for you. I'm the one paying the price.
I'm permanently scarred.
On that note, we are interested in sponsorship options. Oh, there's a wind chime here. There's a wind chime by my desk.
Of course.
Because reasons.
We are very family friendly.
I did find out 12-year-old cousin does listen to us, and I was like, I'm not sure.
Oh, there's some episodes that.
Well, we're
not
not
really
set. We don't actually have a maturity rating.
I meant to ask you about that. Should we?
Guys, vote in the comments.
Because I was and ahhing about doing it on my YouTube channel. Hashtag new YouTube channel. Come check it out at tallies.library. And then I was like, oh, we should probably have one on the podcast.
I was wondering about that. When she told me she was listening, I was like, if you're listening right now, go away. It's not for you.
And if you're not listening, it's because we've put that feature on.
But we do swear a lot. But I feel like we don't talk too explicitly about the spicy scenes. Mostly because my brother edits the podcast.
If he wasn't the editor, it'd
be worse.
We would be R-rated.
Yeah. But so we want to be paid for this, please. If I could get paid to talk about books with you, if that could be like an earner in my life, fucking sick. I've won life.
I've made it.
I've made it in
Won
life.
a game of life.
Can you imagine if we ever, I don't think maybe we will, I'm going to manifest that. If we ever earned enough for this to be our like job, can you imagine?
I know.
Yeah.
Even she's thinking about it in her sleep.
She's like, that would be nice. I would never complain, ever.
That's we're manifesting that. We're all about manifesting since it worked out with baby.
Yeah, we manifested a baby that sleeps, who's quite chill. Touch wood.
She's just a laughing baby.
I know, like this. Her first baby never smiled at me, and I can make this one smile so easily, and it gives me great joy.
You just have to say hello, and she's like, "Oh hi,
oh good eye."
Right.
All right. So first, should we do reading goals?
Yeah, and then
I will talk about.
Toni has a blog post which we will link with some goals in it. So she's thought ahead. I've got my reading goals, but maybe life goals will just wing it.
Yeah, maybe I'll inspire you.
Yeah. And maybe
so
I will list some things today that I never think of again. Who knows?
That's on the theme. Okay,
let's go. I do have some life goals actually.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
So I want to read 50 physical books because I came so close.
You were so close.
Well, physical / Kindle.
Yeah.
And then with audio overall, like I want to take advantage of the included library, or maybe go on some of the things you keep telling me to go on that have more things on them that are not Amazon owned. I don't know. I just want to do
tangent.
Oh, the restraint! Oh my god!
Actually, really related.
Now I want to know what you said. Fuck it. Tell me
about some audio stuff. Did you hear how much Audible takes from indie
Crazy.
authors?
And if they're not exclusive, they only get 25% of the earnings from the book if they're not exclusive to Audible or to Amazon.
That's disgusting, isn't it?
Crazy. It's only 40% even if they're non-exclusive.
I know.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
Big
Brando Sando.
Brando Sando.
Our
pal Brando Sando.
As we call him. Yeah, I'm so proud of him for like speaking
That's
out.
a big deal.
And not putting his books in there. And he said he's not going to have them on there for at least a year. And I'm like, go Brando. Go Brando. He probably doesn't like that nickname.
Doesn't get a choice.
And also related, they can now do AI audiobooks. So it's good for indie authors.
Yeah.
Not good for narrators.
I don't think AI narrators are ever going to replace proper ones, though. I just don't think it's going to be the same.
No.
Because you can't get the emotion behind it.
But it's going to learn so quickly.
Yeah.
And it's the same as like big companies like Tor, the publishing house. They're releasing Christopher Paolini's new book with a AI generated artwork on it. And that's a big company that can afford to pay real eyes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Shit's going down.
But anyway, I want to...
it was slightly related.
It was related. I want to do...
You're also an indie author, and one day you may want to have an AI audiobook.
Mm-hmm. So as part of the goals, we'll get to that.
Oh, cool. Clip that out and put it in later.
No, it's fine. It's a spoiler alert for future goals.
Spoiler!
So I want to do 100 overall. So 50 physical reads and then 50 audio. And the ratio of audio to physical is flexible. Like if I can read more than 50 books, then yeah, especially if I start picking up smaller stuff, I think I really shoot myself in the foot with these big books.
What about if you had more audio that ratio way? Would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's a flexible goal, but 100 overall.
How many did you have last year overall?
76. So I don't think it would be that hard.
No.
Because I'm really not vibing on music to work to at the moment.
Yeah, you're doing more commuting as well, not just for work, but for
other reasons.
So you could probably get a lot more audio or ebook reading done.
Oh my god, yeah. Like being on the tube, I was like, I need to distance myself. And you know what?
Every single person here.
Yeah, so like audiobook in my ears, book in my hand.
Not even here, mate.
I'm not in this room. There is no one 4 inches from my face.
I cannot smell BO.
You know what? I never thought of myself as a panic attacky type person, but I was on a very packed tube. And there was one point where I was like, I have to get out, I have to get out, I have to get out, I have to get out. And I nearly just got off at the wrong station because I was like, I need out. But I was like, it was a Saturday close to Christmas. I was like, it's not going to get better.
No, I went into this town before Christmas to grab some bits. And I was
God, we went...
I hate my life.
My brother and I went to town Christmas Eve.
No.
So the Friday before Christmas. Because one of us spent the money recklessly, so unlike me, and therefore we couldn't afford to buy Christmas stuff until it got paid.
Gav, I can't believe you spent all your money on throwing a glass merch.
I bought 2 throwing a glass necklaces when I was sad.
It was a Christmas present to me.
And then when I was sick, I literally Uber Eats kept me alive, and I'm not even sorry.
No.
It was a frivolous use of money, but I would not have eaten.
The other day, I ran out of coffee, and then I started getting caffeine withdrawals, as you do. And I didn't have any petrol, and I genuinely was like, shall I get a coffee brought to my house?
I do it all the time.
In my small little village. Shall I be that person?
Oh, you've got the next town over, though. It's not that far.
No. Although some takeaways won't come to my village from that town. And I'm like, it literally, from your restaurant, it takes the same amount of time to drive to the other side of the town. But they'll
deliver to my town from there.
Yeah. I'm not actually in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
There's one road that... Anyway. I think that's a doable goal for you.
Yeah. I think it's realistic. I think. Especially if I keep reading just actually for enjoyment rather than forcing myself to read things I think I should read.
I think that
has been the real turning point.
Really has helped you.
And also,
just embracing what is enjoyable.
I enjoy fantasy trash, and I'm not sorry.
There's a reason it's written. It's because it's enjoyable.
Yeah. So I think I'm just going to absolutely be feral. So fantasy trash recommendations, pop onto our podcast Instagram, send us a DM. I'm even reading some of our indies as well. Not that they are fantasy trash.
No, but I'm finally getting round to...
Well, I read Bunch of Lunar Days last year. Phase Mate, Phase Flight, I told you. Yes, it was in the list.
Yeah.
I don't think it trickled through.
There was so much going on. I was talking and I had to listen.
So much. I read them when I was sick, actually. You're still laughing at yourself.
I've not read the second one yet. I was really desperate
it's
to
good.
read it as soon as I finished the first one. I had to wait, and then it came out, and I think I forgot it.
You know the hippie one who smokes weed? It's on her. It's about her.
Yeah. I like her. She's one of my favourites.
I really liked what I liked about them. This is a tangent. Oops. That was they're mates, and they it doesn't fuck around trying to deny it. There's a little bit of this is moving a bit too fast, but it's always they know innately that they want it, and that they don't try and deny that feeling. I hate the ones where it does in ACOTAR.
I was going to say, what,
in ACOTAR, they're feeling this pull towards someone. They're like, this isn't real.
That whole Silver Flames, it's just stop blue balling the audience. Just get on with it. That's why it's so big. If they cut out that bit, that book would not be such a chonk.
There's a meme because I've done an ACOTAR memes post on my blog, and there's a meme of the size of a quart of Silver Flames, and it's a picture of a big book, and a quart of Silver Flames if Nessa had a dildo, and it's this small.
I think I might have seen that. Maybe I saw it on your blog because I get emails when you upload, so maybe.
I forgot you're subscribed to me. You're such a good friend. Yeah, I did that. It's really good Google traffic, weirdly. That and the Six of Crows memes.
She's got a smutty book club with a house.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why is the house not provided her with? We're going to make that canon.
With little wings on it. Instead of the rabbit, it's a little wing.
What?
You could... People buy
merch!
them.
Okay, merch ideas, guys.
Okay, yeah, we're going mature.
We've got so many merch ideas. Let us know if you'd like to buy merch about us.
We love it. We've got so many merch ideas.
Right. To be fair, I did want to Vistaprint myself some more merch.
Just
for us. I was I knew we were going to redesign the logo. Has that happened? We'll find out when this episode airs.
Buy our new mugs with our new logo.
I want to make us tote bags. I want to
all the things.
be a basic bitch for my own podcast.
Yeah, and then just literally be head to toe my own merch.
I don't even care. Tangent again.
That's
the whole point of this episode.
Reusable coffee cup.
I know, exactly. Water bottles, magnets, key rings, stickers.
Just literally go through all Vista print and get everything made.
Just be head to toe. I want to get us jumpers, t-shirts.
When we do start doing this merch, we will find ethical companies, just FYI.
Yeah. When I do it,
you're like, yeah.
When I do it for my own personal enjoyment,
it'll be fast.
I promise nothing.
I just mean I don't want it to like fall apart if we're doing merch.
Yeah.
Like our episodes.
To be fair, so yeah, you know, the only podcast I really listen to regularly, that Ladies and Tangents one. I bought their mug, which is the Sad Bitch Island mug.
Yeah.
It's also the mug I took to work. Just for fun. It's such a
thumbs up a lot.
Yeah, it's this really good sized mug.
Yeah.
And it from the distance you can just, it looks like a tropical island, right? You don't know what it says. And then someone was like, read it and they were like, Sad Bitch Island, and I was like, yeah. And they were like, what do you mean Sad Bitch Island? I was like, you can go to Sad Bitch Island but you can't stay there. And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, it's from a podcast I like. It's a joke from the podcast I like. I just like the size of the mug. It's a good coffee mug. But I really did want to have a mug at work that said Sad Bitch. Just cause.
The podcast I really like, they've just done a new merch drop and it's a collaboration with a high market clothes company called Percival, I think they're called.
Okay.
And I was so excited about it, and they were too much, but they had some that I really wanted. But they were like £80 for a t-shirt, and I was like,
delivery from America is crazy as well. This podcast is American, and to get the price of the thing itself is not too bad for because it's high quality. Because they've got a t-shirt, they've got a Sad Bitch Island t-shirt I really want. It's like a cropped t-shirt. I really want it, and it is like £30, but the delivery on top is like £20. Yeah. What dollars?
It's like
so I'm not paying $50 for one top.
Yeah.
Can't do it. I can't justify it. I'm hoping if I just mention it enough, someone will buy it for me as a present.
This was like the brand they collaborated with is a London-based one, but it's just such a good quality brand.
I've got one of their jumpers, and it's just like such a good quality jumper. And I was like, oh, I wish I'd ordered more on this initial order. Anyway.
How many goals have you managed so far?
We have talked about our book goals and nothing else.
Okay, cool.
Shall I get to life goals?
Wait, was that all your book goals?
Well, it's just 100 books overall, yeah.
Oh, there's nothing else?
Yeah, there was almost 20 minutes about just that. We tangented about 7 times.
Oh, shall I do my book goals?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were like, this is going to be a short one.
I've got 6 book goals.
Go. Am I supposed to make other goals besides a total can?
This is the thing.
What would you want from me?
Oh, to share mine.
Well, I don't have them. I've just got Storygraph. What do you want from me? What else do you want? What do you mean? What would satisfy you?
You'll probably be like, actually, me too.
Right, go.
No, maybe not.
Go on then. Go on then.
My first one is
go on then, bitch.
Read more of my physical books I own.
I feel like that's a personal tag.
No, I do a lot of books from the library and like Kindle and stuff when I've got
groaning bookshelves.
Not thousands, but like.
I mean, I've had to overflow, and the overflow is growing.
Good at reading your actual books. So.
Yeah, I am. Like I have read.
That's not one for you.
Like there's whole shelves and sections that I have read the entirety of. So I feel like I'll do okay. I try. I'll do my best.
Number 2, read 60 books. That's my goal every year.
You smash that every year. I feel like you need to challenge yourself.
It used to be 100 and I lowered it to 60 because I wanted to read less to enjoy the books more. And since I lowered it to 60, I've actually been reading more than I did when I had 100.
To be fair, so I originally tried to do the 100 and then that was like an impossible goal to chase. So then I was trying to do like the 50 books in a year, and I've been trying to do that for 3 years, and this is the closest I've ever gotten. There was 1 year when I was at the horrible job, I managed 25, which I still think is impressive considering...
It was the horrible job.
following year I think was 37, and then this year we're at 47. So we're improving by 10 per year. So this is going to be the year.
Smash it. Yeah, so 60 books, but on Storygraph you can do a page goal as well. So I've done pages, so that's probably where
the thing is I can't, because I wasn't using Storygraph before. I don't know how many pages I read last year to base my goal on.
Yeah, so last year was the first time I had the goal. But yes, everyone goes to Storygraph.
It's better than Goodreads.
The Storygraph. Firstly, it looks as though correctly it was designed recently and not like in the 90s like Goodreads. Secondly, it's not Amazon owned. Need I say anymore? And it gives you better stats. And you can do buddy reads in it.
Can you pay to advertise on it? Can authors pay to advertise?
I don't know.
Because I just got heavily aggressively advertised some books through Goodreads emails, and I was like, Jesus Christ, can you calm down?
Yeah, you can on Goodreads, And you can do buddy reads and stuff in it. You can set up your own challenges that other people can join.
It's like a whole community section that I haven't really explored.
And it's owned by a black woman as well. So
you need to add me on it actually, because I don't have any friends on it right now.
I followed you.
Did you?
Yeah, you should have a notification. Oh. So last year I read 34,295 pages. So I've decided this is where my challenge is, to do 40,000 pages.
Okay.
Now, I'm taking part in a few read-alongs this year, including The Wheel of Time, which each book is a minimum of 800 pages.
You're not a big book person, so that's going to be quite a challenge.
All I'm doing this year is big books. I'm going to read Priory. I'm going to read the big books I have on my shelves. I'm doing it. I'm going to stop being scared. I read enough books.
I think you're a fast reader,
these big books. I need to do it.
And also because you're, unlike me, you're capable of like stopping a book, reading something else as a bit of a break and coming back to it.
Yeah.
Whereas I will just like doggedly keep going through it, which is sometimes removes my enjoyment of these bigger books. Whereas I don't think you have that issue.
I could break it up with a not so heavy audiobook. Or whatever. Yeah. So 40,000 pages. So yes, 60 books is not really a challenge, but 40,000 pages will be.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next ones are to read more diversely, which is like an ongoing goal that I have every year. Read more non-fiction, which again is a goal I have every year. Instead of, I think last year I did it one a month, but this year I'm just going to do, by the end of the year, I want to have read 10 to 12 non-fiction. Read more indie books, which last year I noticed that was definitely where my reading taste was going. And because we have a whole host of
we've got so many good ones to pick from,
to go into. If you scroll through our episodes, all the indie author recommendation episodes have a different colour picture. At the minute they're pink, but because we'll have our new logo by now, who knows? But they will be easy to find. This is the one that's going to be my challenge.
Yeah.
I want to review every book.
Oh, okay.
I'm terrible at reviewing my books. I'm going to be really like chill in terms of where I review them. So whether it's Instagram, TikTok, on my blog.
I don't mind,
but I want to review them all.
I always do it on my blog because those posts are under 300 words every time I do them.
Yeah.
So they're not a huge commitment. And sometimes I'll do a bunch in a row because also it's when I really can't be asked to write the blog. They're very easy posts to schedule in.
You don't have to think too much, do you? Yeah.
So I do every single one on the blog, and then I tend to reuse that content. I reuse it for here, I reuse it for other platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
But I quite liked on TikTok doing like, walking reviews while I'm walking to work, because I find the walk to work infuriatingly boring.
And that one linked to my indie goal. I want to review every indie book I read, and that is the only time I am allowing myself to use Goodreads, because I know that's still the primary place and for indie authors. So every indie book I want to review on Goodreads and Amazon. They're my goals this year.
Yeah, it's a good goals. My book goals now feel very thin.
A seagull? A goal?
Something was making a squeaky noise.
Someone was like, meow. Why did I decide to do that?
Okay. Shall I do my life ones?
Yeah.
I might have overcommitted
This is where you're going to outshine
already
on me, because my life one is to stay alive. So go on.
Oh, but you have 2 other humans you keep alive as well. That's a lot.
Oh, if I could keep
I
them
only
alive,
have to keep
that'd
one
be good
human
as well.
alive.
And the cats. And I guess the adult human I look after as well.
Yeah. You adopted a man.
As did every person in a heterosexual relationship.
Okay. So I want to pass my driving test.
Yeah, we will.
Hopefully by the time this comes out, I might have. We'll see. If not, I just want it to be at some point this year, preferably in the first half of this year. That would be nice. Pay off my remaining debts, because younger me was a dick.
Pay off debts? Don't even know her. Could never be that girl.
I've made a spreadsheet. It's fucking happening this year.
Oh, hello. Sorry, did I wake you up? As soon as I said I had debts, your eyes, they don't come down to you. Don't worry, you can close your eyes.
Can't inherit them. You're okay.
You won't inherit them. They'll die with mummy. She's like, the fuck? Your expressions are so suitable for the conversation.
It's those big eyes.
I've just gone back to sleep now. She just wanted to hear they'd die with mum.
She is a Wednesday child. She's like, oh, mummy's going to die. Lovely.
Okay.
I want to save up enough to be either in the position to move out or to actually move out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't think I'd still be in this house by this time. But, you know, shit happens. I've got 2 places left on my go back to list from my travelling days. And I want to do at least one of them if I can. But it's going to be expensive. So that is a very flexible goal because the other 2 are more important.
Okay. What?
So I want to Venice or Florence.
Oh, yeah.
Really expensive places.
Yeah.
Like accommodation.
Expensive.
Accommodation and flights at home alone is like 500 to 600, and then spending money is going to be crazy. Especially now we're not in the European. We're not in the European Union anymore. Fun fact, guys: when you used to travel Europe before with the European passport, there's loads of attractions you can get into for free. If you're under 30, especially under 25, when I went, there are loads of attractions that you get into for free.
Also, side note, anyone listening, Brexit's going great. Totally.
Yeah, it was a really good decision.
Brexit. Love it.
But yeah, so now we can't get into all those attractions for free. So I'll have to pay a lot more for them than I did last time I went.
And you have to do bigger queues at the passport bit.
It's not, but actually, you know what they do? They make you go down the non-EU funnel, and then they just bring you over.
Oh, okay.
They literally just funnel you to the same place,
Anyway.
and it's like, what was the point?
Yeah.
I've got my blue passport, and I hate it.
I never want that blue passport. When I get it, I'm painting it, and then I'll never be able to travel anywhere.
Mine has a cover on. You have to take the cover off before you go through passport for custom officials.
Do you have the cover of the old passport?
No, it's
because I'm
pink.
going to do that.
Mine is fluorescent pink.
Ooh.
Because it's really easy to spot in a bag or pocket or something. So for anxiety, all I have to do is like look down and it's like pink, and I know I'm good.
Yeah.
It's very good. My dad bought it for me, and I'm never changing it just because I'm aware there are prettier ones I could have, but this is very helpful. I want to get between 500 to 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Oh, how many are you on at the moment?
300 and something.
You know, if you posted, I reckon that'll go up quite
Yeah, that would help, wouldn't it, if I actually posted? I just posted for the first time in 3 weeks last night.
No, you could easily do that if you actually
if I was
put the energy
so
into
really
it,
the goal is to post consistently on TikTok,
Consistently,
and
yeah.
hopefully that will result in followers. So it's not the follower goal is kind of, I just actually want to do the work to get them,
Yeah.
which I haven't done up to
to get
now.
to 1,000 so we can go do lives.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
And then maybe some more followers on Instagram, but I'm aware Instagram algorithm is fucked. So
There was something I wanted to tell you about Instagram. Remind me after.
okay, I will not remember.
Okay,
but
I will try to remember.
we'll talk about it in 3 weeks. I think on Instagram, I haven't got that many at all.
I want to get to. I'm just going to jump in with my little
Go for
social
it.
media goal. So I want to get to 1,000 on Instagram.
I've only got 200 on Instagram, but I post so infrequently. What? Are you on 1,000 already?
No, but I'm
What's
on
the phase?
926.
That's
I was
amazing!
on 600 and something. Oh,
Well done,
okay.
you.
I want to get to 1,000.
That's actually quite achievable.
And on TikTok, I want to get to, I think, I can't remember how many I have now. Yeah, I wanted to get to 3,000. I'm on 2,500.
Oh my god, check you out.
So I want to get to 3. They were my
Hard
goals
work paying off.
to get to by the end of 2022. And I had all of these ambitious things for December to really push it. But COVID, so it didn't happen.
Doing alright, eh? It's quite good.
Maybe by my birthday. No, let's not push it. Let's not push it, Nat.
Let's not put pressure on yourself.
Unofficially by my birthday.
Fingers crossed. So might have a blog. I want to consistently post on that like 2 to 3 times a week. Because I'm going to do those writing updates of the writing challenge I'm doing, which I'm going to get to as a goal in a second. So I was like 2 to 3 posts per week consistently. Because there are periods throughout the year where there was whole months I just didn't post.
Yeah.
But then I've been fairly consistent last year and it has made a difference. I'm like, that's annoying.
It's annoying that you can see the difference.
Yeah.
It's just like that TikTok. If you put the work in.
I know, it's a bit fucking frustrating actually. I would like it to just magically come to me by osmosis.
Manifesting.
I just want to manifest and then wake up and I'm like, 1,000, great. I want to earn more than 19 pence from my bloody ads.
I've yet to be able to take out any money.
I think I'm up to like nearly 30 pence.
I've had ads
Cent.
on my blog since 2016. No, I've yet to be able to take
There was one
anything
day
out.
I had 900 ads served. Guess how much I earned from that?
2p.
3 pence.
Ooh, bargain. Better than I thought.
And to achieve that, I had like views it was an unusual number of views because someone shared a post on Facebook and it did the rounds on
Is that
Facebook.
the dog one?
Yeah.
The non-book related one.
Yeah, I know. The really depressing one that was about dogs, dead dogs and stuff.
Everyone loves the bit.
Well, I know it was
Dead dog energy.
It was don't get a dog if you can't promise them
Yeah.
these 5 things, but they were all kind of related to having elderly pets and being like, if you can't promise to do this, then
Yeah,
you don't get to have the puppy, you don't get the baby dog if you're not willing to do this bit.
But people do
Forget
it
that.
all the time.
I have had friends who have talked about getting dogs, and I said to her, I was like,
You do not have the what's the word I'm looking for? The ability to.
you know, there's
Promise
gonna be one day where you have to make that kind of decision of when enough is enough, and you have to be able to do that. You know, there's a bit where I'm like, I was carrying a 35 kilo Labrador in and out of the house. If you're not willing to do that, you don't get to have a dog. Like you that's it. Those are the rules.
Rolls and rolls.
Those are the rules. That was the post, and it did do. I mean, it was a very good post for distancing myself, but it got shared by my mother and then shared by all her friends. And the one I did
It
about
really struck a chord in a lot of people then.
yeah, and then I also did one because like all her friends were like, "Now I'm crying. Tell your daughter thank you," and I was like, "You're welcome." And then I also did one to do with because obviously I
I've
do.
always been a good writer.
I'm amazing. I did one to do with like because I do exercise and I exercise with a personal trainer, but this time the exercise goals have been about injury recovery and nothing to do with weight loss. And the feeling of exercising with a different goal, I was like, this feels so different. And I was like, can I try and put this into words? And I did a blog, and that blog post does quite well. So I did a part 2 a year later, and then that got shared around the rounds of the mums on Facebook.
The mum rounds.
And one woman was like, I'm going to make my teenage daughter read this. And I was like, influencer.
Hashtag influencer.
And then I'd quite like for this podcast to do well. I didn't put any sort of numbers against that because we hadn't discussed decisions. We don't even have number goals anyway, so.
No, I don't even know
20%
any numbers.
more
I've
followers.
never once looked at our stats.
I
I
check
leave
them.
that for Toni.
I check them periodically. I put them in a spreadsheet. We don't do anything with it. I put them in a
That's
lovely
part of it.
spreadsheet we don't look at.
We need to take the podcast more seriously.
Yeah, we probably do need to check the analytics. We made the decision that when we say very UK phrases, we explain them
Yeah.
because we know our. Oh my god, that was my
Oh, I
stomach.
assume that was baby.
No, that was me. To make sure we don't assume that people understand UK English, we try to explain it sometimes. We don't always.
Sometimes I forget.
I forget there's people listening.
Sometimes I forget
just talking
that
to
what
you.
I've said is specifically
Yeah.
British.
It was not because I work with international
South
people.
British.
Yeah,
even.
yeah, Southern British, like near London, essentially. I forget, but because I work with international people, like in Vietnam, because I said the word like that's not faff about, and apparently, one half of the people I was speaking to didn't know what that word meant. Faff is like muck around, like delay.
Yeah.
So then they all had to go and have a discussion about what faff meant, and they were all Googling it, and they end up asking, because my CEO works out there, and he's English, and they end up all coming to him saying, like, Toni said this phrase in a meeting, what does it mean?
Yeah, I was much better and more aware of it when I lived internationally or whatever, but yeah.
It's like there's so many idioms that I'm like, I didn't even realise. Like, yeah, there was like someone wanted to do like, it's this kind of research without the faff as like a tagline, and I was like, that doesn't work for anyone. Or fiddly. I was like, is fiddly even a word that translates? It would have to be tricky or like messy
challenging.
Or challenging. Or I was like, fiddly does not translate actually.
It kind of sounds a bit odd as well, actually.
Fiddly research, like most people who think that research is supposed to be fiddly, it's hard. There's a reason only people with PhDs are doing it. Anyway. And then finally, I want this to be the year that I finally finish the first draft of my story. I've no other goals besides just having a first draft that exists.
Yeah.
That's it. We're looking as far as that. Whatever I'm going to do with it afterwards, that's future me's problem. It just needs to exist first.
Yeah.
It just needs to exist. So, for the next 8 weeks, I'm going to try and write 5,000 words a week. So 2 months of 5,000 words a week is 40,000 words overall, which would bring my whole manuscript up to 67,000 words, which is pretty respectable at that point. Mm-hmm. That was resembling a novel almost.
This is like one of those areas. Okay, so I am a reader. I do a lot of beta reading and stuff. I still have no concept of words, like not words obviously. I still have no concept of word amounts. So sometimes when people email me and say, I've got this book, I'd love a beta reader for it, it's this many words, and I'm like,
so
what's that in pages?
Depending on font size, 700-ish words translate to about an A4 page. Ish.
Okay. 700
to 800 roughly is about a page. So 40,000 divided by 800. That's that many pages.
It's a number. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I usually check the pages. So I'm like, I wrote like 4 pages. In words, it's so much less impressive. Because I did the other night, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this goal. Because this is the first week of the goal. I wrote for an hour and a half. I was like, yeah, doing it. And then
working girl.
And I was like, that's definitely that's put a huge chunk in the goal. 1,400 words. But I did spend a bit of time rereading before because I have not opened that document since September. So, but I figure even if I don't hit the goal, it's better than what I'm doing at the moment, which is almost nothing.
It'll get you into the habit of writing.
And I think I need to learn to write faster, and I'm not going to do that. Like we discussed off air. I don't think that's going to happen.
Practice
without practicing.
Better. As I said to my son, because there's no such thing as perfect, so don't tell him practice makes perfect.
Practice makes better. I like that. What a good little crunchy mum you are.
I'm so crunchy.
So yeah. Go check out my blog. I'm gonna be posting updates, and I'm gonna post cool sections as I write them. Cool section.
I loved your movement there.
Cool section.
It made her look like a really cool mum.
Well, I've got a really
you're flippy.
I've got a really wobbly bun going on. I like it. I like when the bun's like this, right?
Yeah,
and I've got a heavy scrunchie in because it accentuates points when I'm talking. And I really like it in meetings at work when I can see everyone watching the bun, and I'm like.
That would be like a really fun illustration in a comic strip as well.
Like this little bun wibbling about.
Okay, so I'm going to do my life goals just off the top of my head.
Yeah.
These are things that I know I want to do, but I hadn't really thought of them in a goal sense. But
2022.
I hadn't written them down or whatever.
2022 sucked ass, so I was like, I want to make some like positive. Like, even if I don't hit them, this is not going to be like, I'm trying to be like, I haven't failed.
No.
But it's just like, these are the things I want. I'm excited about this year.
The things you're manifesting.
I'm excited about these things.
That's just my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these are just the things that I've thought to myself that I want to be better at this year. So I think they fall under the goal thing. So last year, my personal business, my self-employment, just was literally on hold. It barely scratched by because of baby, etc. So this year I really want to put energy into that, and I want to have the confidence to reach out to people and businesses like we discussed last time. So it'd be nice if I could make the money I need to make from this business, or at least be
on the way
better than now. I also want to do more for my Etsy shop. I want to do,
you can find links to all these things in our cards, FYI.
I want to do like seasonal things, as well. So I've already started thinking about like some spring stuff I could do, and
You have a very nice Etsy store.
Yeah, it's all right, I guess.
It's nice. Don't undersell
Recently,
yourself.
it seems to be doing quite well, but as you said, somehow I've fallen across
Your-
some good SEO on
Your
my shop.
search engine optimization, for those not in the biz, basically it's use of keywords to appear in searches. I think, you've done a good job with that. So you appear, like, whenever I search anything related to these books, you appear quite high. But I don't know, because I have also gone onto your store and mooched your store repeatedly. So
I sometimes check it in a incognito browser, and I still seem to come up quite high.
Yeah. So. Did you get any skullduggery orders after I
I've had
posted
a
on
few.
Twitter about it?
I've had a few.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I meant to ask you if that.
I don't know where they came from. Must have been from you.
Yeah, well, do you remember... so Derek Landy, who we went to the signing of Skullduggery, he did a post of like, these are all the things I've been given over my book tour, and your stickers were in the corner. So I replied to it saying, my friend's stickers are in the top left, the first picture in the top left. Here's a link to her store for anyone who's interested. And I was like,
check out that friendship.
And then I did like a little, like you did a little happy dance when she gave them to you, and it made her really happy. And then he replied he replied to that saying, these are awesome. Remember I sent you a screenshot like, oh my god,
that made me so happy.
And then a bunch
I'd like to share that.
a couple people like replied below saying like, these are cool, this is awesome, like you got a few likes. So I was like, hopefully I got you some orders there.
Yeah, and I didn't make that connection because I remember you saying
to
I'm
ask
going
you.
to share that. Yeah.
So I was like, this is a prime opportunity to, because we were really hoping you'd just post about them individually.
Yeah.
That's what we were hoping. But you did one mass post, which I suppose is all right.
We'll let him off because he's cool.
And because we're in love with his girlfriend.
Have you seen she's got a girlfriend as well now?
No, I haven't. For some reason she's not appearing on my For You page at the moment. Yeah. She took a little bit of a break.
Instagram she comes up a lot for me now, not so much on TikTok. Yeah.
She took a bit of a break, didn't she? And then she's not really filtered back on, even when I've tried to sort of actively engage with her.
She's really pretty. You're pretty as well. Yeah.
Well, I think we're reaching our time limit.
Yeah. And also, I have by the time this goes live, I will have listed a new product, which is scratch off TBR cards.
They look really cool. She's
so
showing me.
You send me the books on your TBR, the next 25 or whatever, and then you can have little scratch off cards, so you can scratch it off when you read them.
Oh my god, I need to do that and pay you to do it, since I do make mine like 10 in advance.
Yeah, and it's just
that'd be
fun.
like a whole sticker sheet.
So I did myself a Dark Academia, one of the Dark Academia books I want to read, and it says the book, so
it's
I
really cool. She's showing it. It's really cool.
And then I did another one, which is just 25 random books I picked from my bookshelf, and it doesn't say what they are, so I'm just going to scratch it off, and then whatever it is, I have to read it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
So it's fun for me as well. But yeah, so I want to have more stuff going up in my shop more regularly. And I've started my YouTube channel. I want to maintain that, because that, along with this podcast, I want both of these to be earners for me. Maybe not this year, but certainly within the next 2 years.
Just so even if it's just a little side hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is my goals, I guess.
Yeah.
And, the general keeping my kids alive, keeping them healthy,
alive.
looking after them, making sure they have
taking after yourself, looking after yourself.
Oh, myself, yeah.
Young lady.
Also me, I guess.
Yeah. You count too.
Making sure I eat a meal a day.
I spent most of last year
trying
trying to get to a point where I was taking care of myself correctly. Just me. I'm hard work.
I really need to actually eat meals, especially because I feed a child.
Yeah.
I should probably do
the
that.
number of calories you burn feeding her.
That's why I got so slim after the first one.
Yeah.
Because I was doing all those walks to get him sleep, and then obviously I was feeding him.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's it.
I think there's some good goals there.
Yeah. It's all exciting. It's all positive. It's all things you guys can help us with.
Speaking of podcast stuff, either very soon or has already started is our new midweek episode, or whenever day it comes out. Our second episode.
I need to edit that.
And it is you lovely indie authors, we want to share extracts of your books. So if you are an indie author and you would like to get involved, please go to our cards and there should be a link there. Either send us an audio extract of your book, you reading it, your official audio book, an AI reading thing,
I guess.
Or I've said I'm more than happy for if you send us the extract.
Yeah,
we
I
could
happy
record
to read it. Yeah.
So yeah, let us know, and that's going to be a second episode going out each week, hopefully. Did we?
Forgot that one was on me.
On a name. Lazy novella, I think.
Lazy, yeah.
For? Something like
you'll find out.
You'll know.
it will start appearing.
Yeah. So please do all the good stuff. Follow us, rate us, share us,
etc., etc., etc.
Help us reach our goals.
Yeah, you can be a big part of our goals. Right, I've put that in my little reminder thing because if I don't write it down, it doesn't exist.
It's gone into the ether. So yeah,
gone into the work. Also,
yeah,
unrelated, but I wanted to tell you about it, so they might as well listen.
Hey,
I have gone and down. You know, some people who take.
Sorry,
do you want the cloth? Can you get it?
I love a bit of vomit.
You know, fanfics. There's people that take.
I do know fanfics. Yeah.
Well, you know the people that take them and like typeset them.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok about it, so I decided to I downloaded the one that's the Risan's point of view for Akamath. So I've downloaded that, so I'm excited to read that at some point.
I started teaching myself bookbinding so I could bind fan fiction. So if I ever start that again, let me know.
She typesets and she also does them binding if you want to order it. But the typeset ones are for free. You just have to submit a form.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to read that at some point.
Does
that count as one of my reads? That counts. It's really long.
Yeah, you can add it onto Storygraph if it's not already on there.
Oh, yeah, I bet it is.
Add it. That's another thing that Storygraph is great for, because you can put fan fictions on.
That's cool. I like that.
Because some of them, like the Manacled one, the Dramoni one that I want to read, it's like 1,500 pages or something.
As on this typeset list she's done. They're done as PDFs. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, let me see.
I don't know. Oh, I liked the post so I could find it again, so hopefully I should be able to find it for you.
I'm kissing baby.
Yeah, so that's not as short as we originally thought it was going to be.
No.
Turns out we had a lot to say.
Come onto our Instagram and share your goals with us.
Yeah, and we're maybe going to have a TikTok soon.
Yeah, it's there. So come follow us. If we haven't started videos yet, following us will kick us in the butt to do it.
Yeah, because at the minute it's got like 4 followers.
It's just Lazy Book Lovers Pod, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
It'll be in the link on our card.
We're going to do that. That's good. That's on the maybes. Okay.
Love you.
I hope you all have a very good 2023 also.
Yeah, have a wonderful year. Come tell us your goals. And remember, anything you read is good.
Yeah, any reading, audio, graphic, whatever.
Even if it's only one a year, you're doing good.
Right.